Hello dear students, welcome to the another lecture of applied mechanics. So today we are going to discuss about the problem based on the Western differential pulley block. In the previous lecture we have discussed the problem number 13. In that I have given you that problem as a homework to you. So I hope all of you solve that problem. जर काही विद्यार्थ्यांना जमलं नसेल तर आज आपण परत बघूया तोच प्रॉब्लेम. त्यांनी प्रोसिजर फॉलो करायची आहे आणि समजून घ्यायचं आहे. ज्या विद्यार्थ्यांनी प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह केलाय त्यांनी त्यांचे आन्सर्स चेक करून घ्यायचे. ठीक आहे. सो लेट्स सी. आपण मागच्या लेक्चर पर्यंत बघितलं होतं. गिवन डेटा आपण काढला होता यामध्ये, राइट. सो सी हियर what problem is a Western's differential pulley consists of a lower block and an upper block. The upper block has two cock grooves, one of which has the radius 125 mm and other has the 115 mm. If efficiency of the machine is 80%, calculate the effort required to raise load of 1500 Newton. So for this we have find out the given data. So what given data is, you can see radius of the larger groove, that is capital R, is nothing but the 125 mm. After that, radius of the smaller groove, that is nothing but smaller r, is equal to 115 mm. Then efficiency is also given to us, that is 80%, and load to be raised means W is given to us. So W is nothing but the how much? 1500 Newton. Now what we have to find out? So we have to find out effort required to lift the load. So how much effort is required to lift the 1500 Newton load? That we have to find out. Once we have calculated the all given data, now we have to use this given data in our formula. So which formula we have to use? You should know that. Okay. So see here. For find P, we have a formula like mechanical advantage is equal to W upon P, right? But here you can see the value of W is given to us, but we don't know the value of P and we don't know the value of mechanical advantage. So by using this equation, we cannot find out the effort required to lift the load. Okay, but we can generate one equation here. So how we can generate equation? So what is the value of W? You can see here the value of W is nothing but 1500 Newton, right? And the value of P is unknown. So you will get one equation. What equation you will get? Mechanical advantage is equal to 1500 divided by P. So this is equation 1. Okay. So now this equation we can use this equation in the efficiency formula. So now how we can find out the effort? So here we know the formula. We know that efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100, right? So see here, we know the value of mechanical advantage, that is nothing but the 1500 divided by, but we don't know the value of velocity ratio. So what we can do now? So we have to find out the velocity ratio. So how we can find out velocity ratio? So we know very well. What we know very well? We know velocity ratio for Western's differential pulley block, right? Pulley block. So you know the formula for this. What formula for this? So that is nothing but velocity ratio is equal to 2r divided by r minus r. Now we know the value of capital R and we know the value of small r. Now put the value of capital R and small r in this equation, then you will get the velocity ratio. So here 2 into the value of R is nothing but the how much? That is nothing but 125, divided by the value of capital R is nothing but 125 minus the value of small r, that is 115. Then do the calculation of this term in your calc, then you will get the value of velocity ratio, that is nothing but, you can see here, 125 multiplied by 2, that is nothing but 250, divided by 115, 125 minus 115, that is nothing but the how much? Yes, 10. So 250 divided by 10 is nothing but the 25. So you will get the velocity ratio is equal to 25. Now see here, we get the value of velocity ratio and we know the value of mechanical advantage. Now this both term we can put in the efficiency formula and we can find out the effort required to lift the load. So how we can find out? Let's see here. So we know the formula for efficiency. We know efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100, right? So see, the value of mechanical advantage is nothing but, efficiency is given to us, that is nothing but 80% is equal to mechanical advantage, that is 1500 divided by P, divided by velocity ratio, that is the 25 multiplied by 100, right? Now we can write this term like, you can see here, we can write this term like, just wait a second. So this 100 which is given to towards the our right side, we can shift that into the left side, so it will be goes in a denominator. Now it is in a numerator. So you can see here 80 divided by 100 is equal to 1500. So you can see here this P is in a denominator, so it will be shift here. So you can write like divided by 25P. Okay, so now see here 80 divided by 100 is nothing but the 0.8 is equal to 1500 divided by 25 is nothing but the 60. Okay, so this is the 60 divided by P. Now this P is in a denominator here. If I shift this P towards the left side, it will be goes in a numerator. So your equation would be like 0.8 into P is equal to 60, right? So now this 0.8 is in numerator here. If I shift this point towards the right side of the equal to, so it will goes in a denominator. So P is equal to nothing but the 60 divided by 0.8, right? So see here 60 divided by 0.8, do this calculation in your calc, then you will get the value of P. So what is the value of P? Yes, good, 75 Newton. So this is the effort required to lift the load. Once you have find out this value, you have to write one sentence. What sentence you have to write? 75 Newton effort is required to lift load of how much load? 1500 Newton. So this is your answer. So let's see the another numerical based on it, which is little bit different from this previous numerical. To see, read this equation. Sorry, read this problem. In a differential pulley block, a load of 1800 Newton is raised by an effort of 100 Newton. Full stop. the number of teeth on the larger and the smaller blocks are 12 and 11 respectively. Full stop. Find the velocity ratio, mechanical advantage and efficiency of the machine. So we have to find out the velocity ratio, mechanical advantage and efficiency here. So first thing we have to do, write the given data. What is the given data? So you can see here, load is given to us, that is nothing but load W is equal to 1800 Newton. After that, effort is also given. Effort P is nothing but the 100 Newton. Right. After that, what given? The number of teeth on the larger and smaller blocks. So number of teeth are given here. The number of teeth on larger block on larger block, that is nothing but T1 is equal to, how much is it? 12. And number of teeth on the smaller block, that is nothing but T2 is equal to 11. So this is the given data, and what problem said to us, what we have to find out here. So we have to find out velocity ratio, mechanical advantage and efficiency. So here the VR is how much? After that, mechanical advantage is how much? And efficiency is how much? So we have to find out this three terms. So now first thing we have to find out, that is a velocity ratio. Velocity ratio. So you can see here, we know that, what we know? We know the formula for velocity ratio of Western differential pulley block. So what is the velocity ratio formula for that? That is nothing but, see here, just in the previous problem they have given us a radius of the pulleys, but in this problem the problem mentioned the number of teeth. What it mentioned? Number of teeth, means they are given us T1 and T2. As I told you, in the Western's differential pulley block, what we have to do, if the values are given in a diameter, we have to take direct diameter 2d divided by d minus d, that is the velocity ratio. Or if the value is given in a radius form, so you have to take that velocity ratio is equal to 2r upon r minus r. And if the value is given in a teeth form, that is the T1 and T2, at that time you have to take velocity ratio is equal to 2T1 divided by T1 minus T2. So here in this problem we have given a T1 and T2. So we have to use direct that formula, means velocity ratio we have to consider the 2T1 upon T1 minus T2. We have taken this, we have to take this formula here. We cannot use the formula of radius and diameter. So as per the problem demand, you have to select your formula, or you have to, म्हणजे तुम्हाला ते कळालं पाहिजे की तो प्रॉब्लेम काय सांगते, त्यानुसार तुम्हाला तो फॉर्म्युला यूज करता यायला हवा. ओके. So once you write down the formula of velocity ratio, so we know the value of T1 and T2. So put that value in this equation, then you will get the value of velocity ratio. So you can write velocity ratio is equal to 2 into the value of T1 is nothing but 12 divided by 12 minus 11. So 12 multiplied by 2 is nothing but 24 divided by 1. So velocity ratio is nothing but 24. So this is the velocity ratio. So first term we have find out here. Now second term, that is nothing but the advantage. So here we know mechanical advantage is equal to W upon P. So W is given to us, that is nothing but 1800, and P is also given to us, that is nothing but the 100. So this is nothing but the 18. So this is the mechanical advantage. After that, we have to find out the efficiency. So efficiency, for efficiency of the machine, we know the formula here. Efficiency of the machine, third term we have to find out. So we know that efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. Now put the value of mechanical advantage and velocity ratio here and find out the efficiency. Then efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage is nothing but 18 divided by velocity ratio is nothing but 24 multiplied by 100. Okay, so see here, efficiency is nothing but 18 divided by 24 into 100. So do the calculation of this term in your calc and you will get the efficiency of the machine. So what is the efficiency? Yes, very good, 75%. So efficiency is nothing but the 75%. Here we have completed our numerical based on the Vestal's differential pulley block. Just shift to the next point, that is nothing but the last machine. So gear pulley block, this is the 8th machine and this is the last machine in our chapter. After this gear pulley block, our chapter will over here. So see, gear pulley block, you can see the diagram on your right side. It is an improved form of differential pulley block. So it is nothing but the advanced version of the differential pulley block or modification of differential pulley block, in which velocity ratio is intensified with the help of gear. So here number of gears are used. In that we have using the pulley only, but here instead of pulleys we are using the number of gears. A gear pulley block consists of a cogwheels A, around which is passed an endless chain. A smaller gear wheel B, known as pinion, is keyed to the same shaft as that of A. Now you can see here in this figure, we have given this larger gear A, right? On this same gear, we are using, we are given a smaller pinion B inside it. Okay, and both gear A and B are mounted on the same shaft. After that, the wheel axle P is geared with the another bigger wheel C called the spur wheel. A cogwheel D is keyed to the same shaft as that of the spur wheel C. So here you can see this pinion B is attached to the spur wheel C. Here you can see, and pinion D is also mounted on the same shaft of the C. म्हणजे हा जो D आहे त्याच्यावरती C च्या आतमध्ये D दिसतो छोटा gear, त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणत असतो पिनियन. तो काय केलेला आहे, C च्या सेम शाफ्ट वरती माउंट केलेला आहे. म्हणजे A च्या शाफ्ट वरती पिनियन B माउंट केलेला आहे आणि C च्या शाफ्ट वरती पिनियन D माउंट केलेला आहे. The load is attached to a chain that passes over the cogwheel D. The effort is applied to the endless chain which passes over the wheel A as shown in figure. So after that, you can see here the terms which are used in this. Let T1 is nothing but the number of cogs on wheel A, known as effort wheel. After that, T2 is nothing but the number of teeth on the wheel B, that is pinion. Then T3 is nothing but the number of teeth on the wheel C, that is known as spur wheel. And T4 is nothing but the number of cogs on the wheel D, known as load wheel. So we have given a 4 wheel here, that is nothing but the effort wheel, pinion, spur wheel and load wheel. So we know that, you can see here the load is applied on a D wheel, here small pinion on this D wheel, That's why we call it a load wheel. Effort is applied on a here a wheel. That's why we call it a effort wheel. This is the pinion and this is also spur here. After that, you can see here, we know that distance moved by the effort in one revolution for the cogwheel A, that is nothing but the T1, because for the cogwheel A we have a T1, okay, and number of revolution made by the pinion B, that is nothing but 1, because in one revolution it turns in a for one time, so that is nothing but the 1. So you can see here the number of revolution made by the spur gear C, that is nothing but T2 by T3, and number of revolution made by wheel D, that is nothing but T2 by T3, similar, because C and D are mounted on the same shaft. So for the C and D, the both values are same. So you can see here distance moved by load, that is nothing but T2 by T3 multiplied by T4, that is nothing but the your equation number 2. Now we have to find out the velocity ratio. For find out the velocity ratio, we know the equation for that, that is nothing but the ratio of distance moved by the effort to the distance moved by the load. So here distance moved by the effort is given to us and distance moved by the load is also we have find out. Then put the both values in this equation. So that is nothing but velocity ratio is equal to T1 divided by T2 by T3 multiplied by T4. Okay, now you can see here this T3 is in a denominator here, it will be shifted towards the numerator. So that equation will be like velocity ratio is equal to T1 by T2 multiplied by T3 by T4. So this is your equation number 3 and this is the term for the velocity ratio. So this is the value of velocity ratio in a geared pulley block. Now you can see here mechanical advantage is equal to W upon P, as usual we are taken in the previous problem, and the efficiency is also as usual we have taken in a previous machining, that is nothing but the MA upon velocity ratio into 100. So from this equation we know the velocity ratio of geared pulley block, that is nothing but T1 by T2 into T3 by T4. This term is very important for you. On the basis of this term we have to solve the number of problems. So let's discuss the problem here. So problem number 15, this is the last problem of this chapter. So let's see here what it said to us. A geared pulley block used to lift a load has the following dimensions: number of cogs on the effort wheel 90, number of cogs on the load wheel 8, number of teeth on the pinion 25, number of teeth on the spur wheel 40. Find the maximum load that can be lifted by an effort of 50 Newton on machine. Take efficiency of pulley block is as 75%. So first thing we have to do, we have to find out the given data. So what given data is? So here given data, right? So number of cogs on the effort wheel is given to us. Number of cogs on the effort wheel, that is nothing but T1 is equal to 90. Then number of cogs on the pinion is nothing but T2 is equal to 25. The number of teeth on the load wheel, that is T3 is equal to 40, and number of teeth on the sorry, here spur wheel, and here roll wheel, that is T4 is equal to 8. So this is the given data, and also we have given the effort P is equal to nothing but the 50 Newton, and also efficiency is given to us. Efficiency is equal to 75%, and we have to find out the W, means how much load is acted upon it. We have to find out that. Okay, so now see how we can find out. We can see here, we know that, what we know, velocity ratio. We know that the velocity ratio of gear to the block. So velocity ratio for that is nothing but the T1 divided by T2 into T3 divided by T2. So put all this value and find out the velocity ratio. So here we have to put the value of it, that is 90 divided by 25 multiplied by 40 divided by 8. So do the calculation of this term, then you will get the velocity ratio. So velocity ratio is nothing but the, how much? That is nothing but the 18, right? So once we have find out the velocity ratio, then we can take a mechanical advantage. So mechanical advantage is nothing but W upon P. So we know the value of P, but we don't know the value of W. So generate it in a equation form, that is nothing but the W upon the value of P is 50 effort. So here 50, this is the equation, right? So once you will get the equation for mechanical advantage and you know the value of velocity ratio. Now you know very well what you know, means we know efficiency of machine, efficiency of machine, that is nothing but efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage divided by velocity ratio into 100. Now we know the value of efficiency, that is nothing but the 75%. So here the value of efficiency is 75% is equal to mechanical advantage, that is nothing but the W upon 50 divided by velocity ratio. The value of velocity ratio is 18 into 100. Right, now do one thing here, shift that part towards the, so just wait a minute, let's see here. You can see here efficiency is nothing but the 75% is equal to W upon 50 divided by 18 into 100. Now this 18 is in a numerator here. When we have shifted towards the left side, it will go in a denominator, that is nothing but the 75 divided by 100 is equal to, here you can see this 50 is in a denominator, it will shift towards the down, that is nothing but W divided by 50 into 18, right? So you will get the equation like 0.75 is equal to W upon 50 multiplied by 18, that is nothing but the 900. Okay, so now this 900 is in a denominator here, shift towards the left side, then you will get the equation like 0.75 multiplied by 900 is equal to W. Now do the calculation of this term. then you will get the value of W. So here W is nothing but the 675 Newton. So this is your answer. So after completing this answer, you have to write one sentence. What sentence you have to write? So for lifting the load 675 Newton, we require how much? 50 Newton effort. 50 Newton effort. Okay. So here your problem is over. Try to solve the number of problem based on it in a similar way. Okay. So here our chapter number 2 is complete. Now we will see the chapter number 3 in our next lecture. So in the chapter number 2 we have discussed the different relations: relation of velocity ratio, relation of mechanical advantage, relation of maximum efficiency, relation of efficiency, then relation of maximum mechanical advantage. Right, after that we have discussing the some numericals based on all that relations. Then after that we have discussing the simple lifting machines. So total we have 8 simple lifting machines. First one is the simple wheel and axle. Second one is the simple differential wheel and axle. Third one is the worm and worm wheel. Fourth one is the simple screw jack, right? Then fifth one is the single purchase scrap winch. Then sixth one is the single double purchase scrap winch. Then western differential pulley block and geared pulley block. So these all are the 8 machines we have discussed in this chapter, and the problem based on this all 8 machines. So here our chapter number 2 is over. In the next lecture we will see our chapter number 3, that is nothing but the what compositions and resultant of forces. Okay, thank you.